What's going on, YouTubers? So today we're going to go over what I do as a trader every single day to catch potentially winning stocks and just to basically set yourself up a watch list. Okay, this is what I do every single day and it works. I find winning stocks or quick in and out trades, whether it's a scalp or a 5-minute trade. It doesn't matter. I find them. Okay, and it's based on the same routine every single day that I trade. I really don't do anything different. Sure, things may change a little bit, but it's all generally the same thing. All right. So what's that same thing? And before we hop into it, I want everybody to realize that just because I do this, it may not work for you. But the important thing to do is start, learning and practicing and finding a solution that works for you when it comes to trading the market. And so far for me, this is my style, this is my niche, this is what I do, this is my ritual, this works for me. It may not work for you, but if you're trying to go into the same type of style trading that I do, I can assure you that this is a really good route to get you started, and from there maybe you can tweak it and do whatever you want to do. Okay, so every day it's the same exact thing. I wake up, 8 o'clock in the morning. I start, getting my computers running. I'm looking at screens and looking at charts. But furthermore, the most important thing, I like to trade pre-market, pre-market stocks that are moving pre-market. So how do I do that? I have a scanner set up to find stocks trading pre-market that have potential. I have a video on the scanner I use, so if you want to use the exact same scanner I'm using, and that means you're using Thinkorswim through TD Ameritrade, it's a free platform. I suggest using it for your beginner traders. You can open up an account with TD, and you don't even have to fund it, and you're able to use the trading platform for free. So it's a really awesome tool. So as we go into it, this is the first thing I do, and this is you're literally looking at me as if I woke up in the morning and I'm wiping my eyes and I'm getting ready to trade. I come into the scan setting. From here, I will have my pre-market scanner already up and ready to go. And as you can see, if you just follow my cursors, you'll see that this is up 18%, 29%, 14%, 11%, 8%, so on, so on. This scanner searches for stocks that are up so high on percent. You're trading on at least a minimum volume, and they're finding stocks in between 30 cents and $5. That's my particular price range I like to search for. Yours may be different, but I have a video on the pre-market scanner. It is on my YouTube channel. If you go to instructional videos, you can find it if you haven't already seen it. And this will allow you to start doing the same thing I'm doing essentially. We come in the morning for pre-market. We start scanning. Then we'll get a list of stocks. And sure, you're going to get stocks that are dog crap and aren't going to do anything. But we're looking for stocks primarily. I'll put this as simple as I can. We're looking for stocks in pre-market trading that are going up by a certain amount of percent. It could be 5%, it could be 10%, it could be 20%. Whatever percent they're going up, fantastic, that's great. But primarily, we're looking to see, is the stock going up on news? Is it going up on a technical breakout or some type of technical pattern? Or is it just simply going up out of nowhere? So first we want to see, is it going up and why is it going up? Is it going up based on news? The best plays for pre-market breakouts and stuff like that are usually the plays where the stock is gapping up pre-market on a news, a catalyst. They just had a new product release. They just crushed their earnings. I don't know, this company just saved the president's life. Whatever it may be, we want to see news-related moves. All right. Now, we have that covered, so we look for news. Then secondly, we want to see what kind of volume the stock is trading on. Like we said before, stocks don't move. Stocks just don't move because they want to move. People make stocks move, okay? People are the stock market. The company practically is nothing. People make the market move. Remember that. People make the market move. So you need to have volume on these stocks in order for them to move, okay? And the more volume we have, the better the chances are to see that anticipated follow through. If there's a bull flag pattern setting up or a pullback setting up, the better the chance we're going to get that follow through if the stock is trading on a high volume. So we have, are the stocks gapping up? How high of a percent are they up? What's the price? Obviously, all these things have to meet your criteria. And then we see, is it gapping up on news? Okay, so when we say gapping up, we just mean the price is jumping up, kind of exponentially from the previous day in pre-market trading. So now we have our news. we have our volume, and then we look, is the price of that stock holding its highs? And I'll go over all this as soon as I open up the chart, and then we'll hop over. So we go into our scan and we're looking at, a list of stocks, right? And now I'll hop over and I'll show you. So first, every day we open up the pre-market scan, we go in, we get a list of stocks, and again, it's good. Have a journal, have some type of thing where you can write your notes on. I mean, if I go through this, you will see that every single day there is just a different list of a bunch of notes and all the things that I'm looking for in the particular stock. So that I just have them jotted down. Have a game plan. Have something. You need something. You can't just store it all in your head. You'll forget it all if you're looking at a bunch of stocks. Okay. So once we got our scan built and we got a list of stocks that we're interested in looking at, then we can go ahead and hop into the chart. And for example, RADA was a perfect, not perfect. Could have seen more follow through, but it was an easy play today. All right, easy play today. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Remember I said we're looking for stocks gapping up pre-market. Well, this is a perfect example. You see the stock was resting at about $1.95 on the previous day yesterday. Coming into pre-market trading, you'll see that this thing was up about, 15%, 16%, right around there, up about 15, 16% pre-market. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, makes it a little bit easier on your eyes, okay? So if we zoom in, and of course we're looking at the upper left corner of the screen. So we see that it's gapped up. And remember I said we want to see a stock holding its highs? Well, look, it gapped up, but it didn't come crashing right back down. It actually held those highs in which it gapped up to. So for me, I said, okay, the stock gapped up. I believe it even had news, right? So then we can come down here in TOS, and if you click the little N, you'll pop up news. And at 8 in the morning today, RAD Electronic Industries announces its Q2 results, improvements across all parameters. Another RAD Electronics Industries. So there's a bunch of news out on this morning, and that could have been driving up the price a little bit pre-market. So first we have our news. And then we go ahead and you can just, let me move this down a little bit. Go ahead and just look at the volume on it, and it's trading. It's got the volume. We're seeing a substantial amount of volume pre-market. So I'm like, okay. So an easy go-to play that I always do, right? And if the stock is meeting my criteria, I will say the stock is gapping up. It has volume. It has some recent news. We can simply look for a break above the pre-market high, which is right about there. And just that, if you were just to play the break of the pre-market high, you could have got in right at about 225 and up to 235 for a 10-cent gain, which is about 4 or 5%. Sure, it wasn't that big, but enough of those and you'll become a really profitable trader. Okay, you could have gotten a little bit before that, if you got an opening bell, but I don't always like to get an opening bell. I like to play the break of the pre-market high. So right there, we went in pre-market. We found RADA. It's gapping up. It had some recent news. It has the volume. Perfect. We have a game plan. Now we look. Is it holding its highs? It's holding its highs. So now we can say, hey, we're going to play a break above the pre-market high, a quick in and out. As soon as it breaks above the pre-market high, we get in a position and we ride it out until we see any signs of downtrend, whether that's level 2, a candle where there, it was a doji or that starts to turn red, buying pressure, volume drops, all these things. Until we get a sign that it's time to get out, we'll take off, okay? So that's what I do every single day. I go in pre-market, I find the stocks that are moving, and like I said, if you want my pre-market scanner, it's on my channel. You go ahead and use it. I promise you, I find very, very good stocks to play. These are the same stocks that, tons of people are playing, So that's basically it. We go in pre-market, we find the stocks. If you want my scanner, go grab it on my channel. And we look for the stocks gapping up. What kind of percent are they up? Are they holding their highs? And then we go in and we get a game plan going. We say, hey, the stock isn't so far from, its pre-market highs. We could play a break above its pre-market highs. Or, you could find a good support area, which would have been right about here. You could find a support level and say, hey, if this stock comes down, we could get a bounce play somewhere off, the support area, which it didn't happen today. It actually went below and it bounced off the 100-day moving average. So even if you played the bounce off the 100-day moving average, you could get in around $2.08, and you could erode it all the way up to about 224. Another good play there. That's a 16-cent move. Okay. So that's primarily what I do every day. Pre-market, run in, grab the stocks that I want, and then we'll hop over here. We'll see what the charts look like. And then lastly, well, actually not lastly, this is something as well that I do. Okay. Pre-market, I will hop on FinViz. All the stocks that I look at to trade in the morning, I will hop in on FinViz and I'll take a look at the information, okay? Because on TOS, it does not actually provide you with, a short float or a share float, the outstanding float. So I will come into FinViz and I will come and quickly take a look and say, hey, this stock has only a short float of 86%. Possibility for a short squeeze, very, very low. There won't be one. Never mind. There's not going to be a short squeeze with only 86% or a 0.8%, not even a 1% short float interest. Secondly, I'll look and say, hey, it's got an 18 million share float. The stock can move quickly at that. If it has a low float, it means it has the potential to make a quick spike or a quick move relatively fast, giving me quick profit very fast, okay? So to wrap it up, pre-market, use my scan, find stocks that are gapping up, holding that high price level in which they gapped up to. They have good volume. They hopefully have some type of news catalyst. All right, great. It met all those. Let me hop over to FinViz just to give me a little extra edge. What is the short float? Okay, is the short float high, maybe 20, 30%? Might make me a little iffy. If 30% are interested in shorting a float, 30% has a 30% short float interest, that means a lot of people are looking to short the stock, and when you're shorting a stock, you're hoping it's going to go down. So that could make me a little bit nervous because there is such a high short float interest. Doesn't mean it can't be a good long play. So let's say it does have a 30% short float interest, but we have an 18 million share float. Okay, this stock can move fast. If it starts going up, shorts could get squeezed and we could go high. So that's just a perfect example. We go into FinViz and we see what kind of float it has. Does it have a high short float? And this gives us that extra edge so that we're not going in blindfolded to any of the stocks we want to play. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. I mean, that's primarily what I do every single morning. There is no hidden secrets. It's nothing crazy. Sure, some things may change around a little bit, but that's primarily it. We just look for stocks that are moving pre-market. We hop on FinViz. If other people have scanners, that have the information FinViz has, great, but FinViz is free and you can use it to your benefit. So we come in here, we check out the share float, we check out the short float, and then we go from there. All right, guys, and then we look at our stocks pre-market. And of course, you have to look at your chart patterns. And like I said, this is the way I have mine set up. I have a 1-minute chart, 5-minute chart, a 1-year day chart, and then I also have my time and shares and my level 2 down there. And this is just all there to help me be a more profitable trader, to give me more eyes on the stock, to see setups on a 1-minute chart, setups on a 5-minute chart, where the stock rests at on a 1-year time frame, a long time frame. Is it downtrending? Is it uptrending? Are we about to hit resistance? Are we just on support for a 1-year time frame? So all these things go in, and they're a factor on whether or not I will be trading a stock. All right. So that pretty much wraps it up what I do day to day when I wake up and I look for stocks. Now, I hope you guys liked that video, and please, as always, comment and post and subscribe to my channel if you like the information. And there's always more stuff to come out with. There's always so many questions to answer, and honestly, this is what I love to do. I'm going to college to be study finance and economics. So this is right down my valley. And as I grow, I'll become better. And as I grow, you'll become better. And this is just fun. This is honestly just a lot of fun. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap it up there. And like I said, leave any questions you guys have in the comment section below.